One of my rather larger, clumsy youth group boys came barreling into the room, smashing the priest with the door. He nearly knocked him over, and without thinking, I said, "Luke, rule number 1 is never bang a priest."
No.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Youth Group Chronicles. Joining us in the studio for the first time is Mr. Shaw Rax.
Shaw.
And
Rax.
Back again.
Hey, with the white vans. I'm not wearing vans.
Is Pastor Micah Costa. Welcome, guys, to the studio.
Good, bro.
Hey, good to have you here.
Thank you.
If this is your first time listening to Youth Group Chronicles, this is a podcast where my guests blind react to wild and crazy youth group stories. These are true stories. They're submitted by people that listen to the show. So we will kick this off with some email submissions. This is an email from Joe. Joe said, "When I was in college, I went on a mission trip to Bolivia. We were helping out an all-girls orphanage, and it was very hot out while we were there. When we were taking a break from the work, we had a chance to build some relationships with the girls who were about elementary and middle school age. One of our leaders who spoke Spanish was explaining to the girls that it was just so hot out and he was sweating. Except, unbeknownst to him, he was using the wrong word for hot.
Oh, no.
And kept telling this group of little girls that he was easy and loose sexually."
Where?
Nah.
Caliente?
No.
Like
Bro,
that's
what?
all you had to say was caliente. Where did you get? Where in the translation?
This is crazy, bro. I can't.
Where in the translation
I really
do you
can't
mix that
right
up?
I would do something like
Can you
that.
imagine-
I do not know Spanish, and
Just-
I would make a mistake.
Just
like
imagine you're like 8 years old, Bolivian girl, and like you see an American for the first time, and this man is like, "I'm loose and sexual." Like, bro, what? Like, I would be so confused. Like, why are you telling me this? Tell me about Jesus, bro. That's crazy.
Nah.
How do you mess? I feel like I gotta Google search that later. From caliente to sexual and loose.
I have no idea
I don't
what
know.
the word was. Yeah.
Wow.
So what is it? Caliente?
Caliente is like hot, right?
I don't
Who
know.
speaks Spanish here? No one speaks Spanish.
No one.
thought you
Yeah, like caliente.
You're acting like you speak it. So
Yeah, caliente means like hot.
all right.
Yeah.
And
Caliente.
you're sure that's what it is?
I'm pretty sure. I mean,
Because if I go talking to kids,
say caliente, you might get a case.
okay,
You might get a
great. This is an anonymous story here. One time, my dad was speaking to our high school youth group and innocently made a joke about Santa Claus not being real.
Oh.
A
my.
17-year-old boy in the group proceeded to break down crying. He said his childhood was ruined and he left our youth group.
Bro, it's 17.
The parents of the student were enraged and my dad had to issue a public apology.
No.
Nah, bro, gotta go.
You're 17,
You know the
bro.
vlog,
You're a
dude.
senior
I'm
in high
sorry,
school.
bro.
My question is, how do you go that long as a parent? My dad was like, "You're gonna know where you get your presents from,"
Hey.
and I respect that.
That is one thing for us is we never growing up we were never told it was Santa.
Yeah, me neither.
I get the argument my parents had. Not it was really an argument, but
Right.
their philosophy was like, if we're gonna lie about Santa, then what else are you gonna think is a lie about God?
that's
So
facts.
that's
Yeah.
how.
Oh, yeah, that's
Nah,
I probably
we
won't tell my
can't.
kids. They'll know what Santa is, and they'll probably be the one to ruin it for someone because
Absolutely.
growing up, I definitely ruined it for
I did.
a couple kids.
Hey, one time, Grandpa,
It wasn't a 17-year-old that I ruined it for. But
Hey, dude, you're a senior in high school.
17. You thought Santa was real, bro.
we're Instagram live, guys.
Instagram.
And I'll read some comments as we go along here. But someone said, "I knew Santa didn't exist when I was 4 years old." Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. One day
How old were you?
I was like 11, and Santa came to the door.
Not 11.
Bro, I don't remember.
All right,
I
bro.
was like 9, bro.
Oh, no. You can't change it and
Nah,
go
you can't
backwards
change
now.
it, bro. You were 11,
I was
bro.
like 9.
You were 11, bro.
And Santa came to the door. I opened the door, and he brought me presents.
Wow.
So you still believe to this day?
And I always thought it was real.
Hey, bro. Santa's not real, bro. I don't know how to break it to you, bro.
I finally figured that out after my mom pulled up a tracker for Santa. Yeah.
And you knew it was not real?
Yeah. I was
How
like,
old were you
nah,
then?
That ain't it.
12.
How old were you? 15.
No, I was like 11 around that time.
Same year.
It was a rough year. It was a rough
It
year.
was the same time.
I never knew Santa was real, and we had this like creepy old guy that used to go to our church, but like they were really involved. Like my parents were like pastors, and it was like dead like 11 o'clock at night, and I remember I was in my bed like this, and I was sleeping. I heard like, oh, and I was like, what the frick? And this dude like busts my door down. And he was like, he got like in my face, bro. He was like, oh, Merry Christmas. And I was like, oh my gosh. But I wasn't like, oh, it's Santa. I was like, who's this random man in my room at 11 o'clock at night with a candy cane?
You would have got
That was sus, bro.
No, me back in them days, I would have.
I was genuinely scared. I was genuinely afraid.
Would have got.
Who are you?
If you are listening on the podcast or even Instagram Live and you want to send in a story to the show, ygchronicles@gmail.com is where we receive stories. People do send stuff via Instagram, but just a heads up, it's tough to keep track of like stuff if they're coming in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So the best place to send is ygchronicles@gmail.com if you want to submit. I think we just ruined Santa for someone in the comments.
Good.
Oh man.
Your
All right,
dad
we
bought
did
you
our
those presents.
good deed today. Amber said, we took our students to a youth rally with a few combined youth groups. After most of the games were finished, the leader challenged anyone to try and put a massive gum ball, which was over 150 pieces of gum, into their mouth. And if they could fit it, he would give them $20. One of our kids took up the challenge.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
They crammed every bit of gum into his mouth and
yo.
literally down his esophagus. He was declared the winner.
no.
He got his $20, but when he pulled the gum out of his mouth, it held the shape of his esophagus, and attached to the very end was an entire piece of pepperoni.
No.
Bro, how?
What?
I'm not trying to be sus, but how like deep did it go into
Like
his
into his
esophagus?
stomach?
Chill,
Yeah, did
bro.
it hit his stomach?
Bro, obviously a pepperoni came back up.
What if it was just like chilling in there though?
Nah.
I want to
Man,
know
no.
why he swallowed a whole piece of pepperoni. But
I mean, was it this is at
fruity.
camp? This is at camp?
yeah,
Dude, youth kids at camp don't chew. They just
it was a youth rally. A youth rally.
they just feast, bro.
Nah, this is crazy, bro. I can't. Nah.
That, to me, that's insane.
So 150 pieces of gum. That's
Bro.
a lot of gum.
It was probably bubble gum.
What was you
too.
doing back in the day? That's
Hey, yo, chill, bro. This is a Christian podcast, brother. This is a Christian podcast, brother. Calm it down, brother.
My bad.
My thing is like
delete that.
My jaw is already starting to like produce saliva thinking about all that. Think about eating a piece of bubble gum and then you're like 150 pieces.
Imagine choking
Yeah.
because you wouldn't be able to breathe.
That's what I'm
Game
saying.
over.
How did he breathe?
He did it.
That's crazy, dude.
He held his breath for the gum.
They're like 143, 144. He's like dying.
How did it get back up?
He just
They pulled it out.
pulled it out.
Oh, okay.
It's so gross, though, if you think about it. Not for
That's
me.
a liability, dude. That's gotta be.
That is a major liability.
Yeah.
This is a story from Amber. When I was a student in youth group, we did a game night where one of the games was paintball. Except the
Oh,
students
snap.
didn't get paintball guns, only the leaders. We had to hide behind barriers and come out to get hidden ping pong balls to earn points. We had about 5 leaders lined up like a firing squad shooting us with the paintballs anytime we even peeked around a corner from wherever we were hiding. It was like basically like target practice. The closer the ping pong balls were to the leader, the more points we earned for our sacrifice. We never played that game again.
Nah.
Being a youth pastor, that sounds very satisfying. I would love to do that.
Bro, where? Nah.
Being a youth student, that sounds absolutely terrifying.
Nah, these people's
I mean, that's like
parents-
point blank range, right?
Yeah, so
Imagine 10 feet in front of you and you just have to go run and get it while they
no,
shoot you.
dude, I used to play semi-pro paintball, right? And like that hurts.
Yeah.
Like it hurts 30 yards, 40 yards out. Dude, 10 feet, paintball to the chest,
they
to the
went home
face.
with welts on their back.
Absolutely.
Bro.
Oh, yeah. You ever play paintball?
No, I don't want to.
I
You
would-
never played
I would
paintball,
love to
dude?
see
Nah,
paintball.
I got hit with a BB one time, an airsoft gun once, and I never
Like, so a
I don't
BB
play
gun
around
or
with
an
guns.
airsoft gun? Which one?
Airsoft guns.
That's not
No,
bad,
I mean,
bro.
they can sting.
They sting, but that would have been a better thing than
I know
paintballs.
people-
Are like
Yeah,
that.
paintballs hurt
I
worse.
literally know people who lost their eyes from playing with guns
Well,
like that.
yeah, but you wear a mask.
Uh,
Yeah,
Were
yeah.
they?
I would.
'Cause I
Oh,
was in
yo,
story.
someone did send in a story one time. It was from way back, but they were doing announcements on the stage, and if the person stuttered or messed up what they were reading, then someone in the back of the auditorium shot him with a paintball gun over all the kids' heads.
Oh my god.
And they said that person was not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
No,
that's not
that's
it. Because they'll float up too.
No, so airsoft guns, when I was probably 10 or 11 years old, we were in Florida on vacation. I was walking home from the pool, probably like 3 blocks back to my aunt and uncle's house, and a car with tinted windows rolls up. I'm alone. sticks an airsoft gun out the back window and shoots me as I'm going down the street. And normally they have like the orange tip. They like painted it black. So I legit thought that was the end. That was over. I really thought that was the end.
You're like, Mom, I'm sorry. That's crazy. Where was that? New York?
No, Florida.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
In Florida, you really thought you was about to die.
Yeah, exactly.
I really did for a second there.
Damn, they ain't playing out there.
I just kept walking. They drove off.
Hey, I lived in Jacksonville for a couple of years, man.
You're just crying, walking home, just tears.
No, I got back and I told my parents, and then they're just like, they called the cops and all kinds of stuff. Of course. I didn't. It was like, all I remember was a black car, maybe like a Honda sedan, but very scary. Life flashed before my eyes.
Man.
Very scary.
This is a story from Ben. He said, one time our youth group was driving from Indiana to Montana for a mission trip. This would normally take 2.5 days to drive. We were carpooling with another church, and I had my son and 2 other youth group kids in my rental car. The second day out, we were in South Dakota and stopped by the Badlands. We had some time to kill, so we let the kids go hiking for a bit. It was super, super hot, and I told my kids that when they get back to the car, they need to drink a bunch of water to get rehydrated.
Yeah.
Well, we got done hiking, got back to the car, and took off driving through the Badlands National Park, which is a pretty curvy road. When we made it back to the interstate, we were headed west into the Black Hills, and I heard this kid in the back seat say, Ben, I don't feel so good. I think I'm going to puke. And I said, do I need to pull over, or can you make it to an exit? He said he can make it to an exit. So I pulled over at the next exit, and the kid got out, headed into the gas station bathroom. He was in there for quite a while, and finally came out, and I asked him if he had thrown up. He said he had not, but it felt a little better. I asked him if he had some water to drink after we'd been hiking, and he said he had drunk a couple Dr. Peppers instead. I told him to grab a water and asked him if we could get rolling down the road again, and he said it was fine. We get back on the interstate, and 3 minutes later, I hear this kid saying he's going to puke again. Oh, no. One of the other boys gave him a Dorito bag, and the next thing we hear is this kid barfing in the back seat into this Dorito bag. Absolutely brutal. He rolled up the bag tight, and then he had to hold on to it for a half an hour until we got to a gas station and throw it away.
Nah.
Now, the next day, we're cruising through Montana, and we're about a half hour from our destination. We needed to get lunch, so we stopped at McDonald's. We all ate, got in the car, and the caravan pulled onto the interstate. But from the back seat, I heard this puker kid say, I think I just pooped my pants.
Oh, my God.
What is wrong with this man's intestines?
Bro.
I thought he was kidding, so I said, yeah, right, that's hilarious.
He smelled it.
Yeah.
And he proceeded to say, no, I'm pretty sure I just crapped myself. He indeed had crapped his pants. So we pulled off the very next exit, just a half mile down the interstate, and we pulled into another gas station. I told him to go into the restroom and start cleaning up, and I'd bring his bag in there so he could get a change of clothes. I got his clothes, and I took it to him while he was in the stall getting cleaned up. It's a long story, I know.
What else happens?
One of the other kids was handing him wet paper towels over the stall, and I slid his bag under the door. I told him that we'd wait for him in the car and just throw away his underwear and anything else that he needed to toss. The kid comes out of the restroom and sits in the back seat, which we had just wiped down. Oh. The kid next to him says, what's on your leg?
Nah.
The puker pooper looked down and realized that he had missed a spot. To this day, this is the only youth group kid that I've ever had both puke and poop in the back seat of a car on the same trip.
Just throw him in the trash, man. Just throw the whole body in the trash.
I would have just left him.
He can't get the whip. He can't get my car. I'm sorry.
How do you not feel or see poop on your leg, bro?
Nah, he did that on purpose.
No, bro.
Nah, that's crazy.
Brandon said that's the last youth trip for him.
Yeah.
Someone said I'd never show my face again.
That's a conversation.
I would never.
No, that's embarrassing.
It's a conversation with the parents.
That man.
Yo, we have some issues with your kid.
Yeah, your kid.
I don't know where to start.
Yeah. No house trainer.
Kid needs to stop drinking Dr. Pepper. That's where it started.
He needs to stop eating McDonald's too.
Both.
That's crazy.
Nah, you're dying. You're dehydrated, and you drink Dr. Pepper, bro.
You thinking his mother help?
He's like, oh yeah, this is hydrate me.
If you have a story that you want to send into this show, ygchronicles@gmail.com is where you can submit it. This is another anonymous story. Once while we were at a youth conference, we were trying to find a place to eat after the service. The only place that was open that late was called the Pork House. To our surprise, we showed up with everyone from our youth group, and we found out it was a strip club.
No,
no, dude.
Nah.
Tell me it stops there.
That's the end of the story.
Okay.
I was about to say,
like,
bro.
we can just order out.
I know y'all did not just go enter in that strip
Imagine
club.
they pulled up. They're like, yeah, we'll just call them some food. They bring it out.
Oh,
Kids are like,
my.
oh, wow. This is
This is horrible.
That's crazy.
This is horrible.
They thought they were like the luckiest. They were like, my youth pastor's sick. They brought us to a strip club. That's crazy. Again, as a youth pastor, like, how do you not research this? Like, how do you not like Google Maps it?
The park
And,
house.
Like Google Maps has little pictures you could swipe. Be like, oh yeah, this is clearly a strip club, not a residence.
I mean, I
Look at
could
the
totally
name,
see
bro,
the
you
name
feel
going
me?
both ways. I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, the pork house sounds great, and then the pork house.
Pork house, where they pork.
This is a segment we haven't done in a while, but we're bringing it back. This is Youth Ministry Fails. This is one of my favorite segments that we've done.
Fire.
This is a story from Derek. Derek said, one time while we were bowling with my youth group, we were wrapping up our final frames. I wound up, released the ball while stepping forward with my dominant foot right onto the lane. So in front of all my students, I slipped and fell on my face and then proceeded to slide like 10 feet down the lane. Most embarrassing story of my life.
Yeah, he's not living that down.
One thing he mentioned is that he's very competitive and actually good at bowling.
Oh yeah,
So I can imagine he was like hyping it up all day
Oh, yeah.
and then
Had to have.
face plant.
dude, I'm so competitive when it comes to bowling. I
too.
love bowling. And my
I
youth
suck,
kids know I love bowling. So I was like, yeah, guys, we should go on a bowling trip. They were like, no. Cause like, dude, I'm like sweating. I got like the neck sweat going. I'm going great. I'm like trash talking my kids, bro. I'm like, you guys freaking suck.
I used
So
to try
you
to-
would be the one to face plant.
I
is
would be, like,
essentially
yeah,
what you're
and
saying.
then they would never let me live it down, and I probably would never go back.
I put like 2 fingers in the bowling ball, right? And I hold it like this, and I
You
give it a little twist.
Does it go,
Hey.
Nah,
Need a little-
my fingers are small, bro.
oh yeah, you go like
Yeah. But
Do you use a kid's
I
ball?
always end up having like a hurt wrist after I'm done bowling.
it's ball.
Lauren's over here laughing.
Shall I use the little ramp?
She sucks. I'll put the gutters up.
Yeah, the gutters and the ramp. He's like, wee.
So Shaw is actually engaged to a season 2 guest, Lauren Larkey. Is that how you say your last name? I never get it right.
Lurch.
Is it? Okay.
Lurch.
Okay.
It's Lurch.
It's gonna change soon anyway.
Like
They're
Lauren.
getting married
To
pretty
Rox.
soon, but
To Rex.
to Rax.
Lauren
Rax.
Rax. You know?
Lauren Rax.
Laura Rax, if you want to be, you know. Yeah.
This is a story from Jay. He said, my biggest youth ministry fail was when I duct taped kids to the wall
Oh my god.
with buckets around their necks
What?
and then had the
Psycho?
remaining students shoot free throws at them with beef kidney.
What?
That's gotta be like Arkansas, bro.
Nah, this sounds like a whole like.
That's gotta be like an
it's,
Arkansas backwoods barn youth group.
Nah, that sounds like one of those scary movies, that horror movie.
That's great. That's so unsanitary.
That's disgusting.
Not
Thinks
the
about that.
kidneys.
Like I can see like ping pong balls or like little, like little foam
Uh-huh.
balls.
They throw a meat.
They're like, yeah,
No,
meat
let's
kidneys.
throw a
Bloody
kidney.
meat.
They went to the kitchen where like they found it. They're like, yeah, this is it.
They throw a bloody,
we need to
bloody
use
meat at
this.
people. What is wrong with them?
Imagine that's your first time at youth group, bro. Your friend's like, yeah, bro, my youth group's sick, and then they're like,
Yeah.
tape
This is what
me
they
to
do the first
wall.
time.
Sick in the back.
Tape to me to the wall. They're like cutting up the meat in the back. They're like, yeah, just throwing it at him.
Skin the cow.
Dude, I would
Throw-
never come back, bro. That's insane. He's like, Mom,
We got a fresh deer in the back.
he's like, please.
He's like, grab the kidneys, Johnny.
He's like, yeah, I already got him. One kid's eating one. Yeah. Let's throw it at him.
This could be good jerky.
What the frick?
Oh my goodness. This is a story from Silas. This is a short one. He said, one time I jokingly told a youth group student to go microwave his phone.
Oh my god.
And then he actually did it.
That blew up in a microwave.
It had to have. Aren't there like YouTube videos about that?
Absolutely.
You're not supposed to put metal in the microwave.
But you can't joke with youth kids because they'll literally do it.
And then it's your fault.
Yeah. I
told me.
I had this, so like my old youth group was in Waco. We had Baylor University, and there was like this big fountain. And we're on this like nice trip. We're like walking through the campus, like, like talking to some people about Jesus, whatever. I'm like, yo, I'll shout him out. I was like, yo, Austin, walk through the fountain. As like a joke. Cause like he's in my car, no change of clothes. I was like, yo, walk through the fountain. He was like, all right,
Nah.
bet. And I was like, I didn't think he's gonna do it, bro. The fountain just like came up. He just walked right through it. And I was like, no way. I was like, Austin, I was literally joking. He's like, bro, why'd you tell me you were joking? Because I was like, I'll give you $5. Like, I didn't have money. You know what I mean? So I was like, I was literally joking.
Bro, I wouldn't even have took $5.
Yeah, I was so tight. I was so mad because he had to get back.
Now
in
you had
my
to write
car.
in your car, right?
Yeah,
So,
wet,
I mean,
yeah.
play stupid games, win stupid
That
prizes,
is true.
bro.
I messed around, then I found out.
Crazy.
But you can't joke with youth kids, dude. They're gonna do it.
This is a story from Carol. Carol said, one of my rather larger, clumsy youth group boys came barreling into the room, smashing the priest with the door. He nearly knocked him over, and without thinking, I said, Luke, rule number 1 is never bang a priest.
Oh my.
No. Come on. The words. Like, bro.
Why the word bang though? Like you're foul if you thinking that off the rip.
They weren't thinking it.
No, they were, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
You've never been like banged with a
That's
door?
good.
No, what? Don't hit the priest. If that happened, I'd say, yo, bro, don't hit the
bump
priest.
the priest.
I would say, don't bang the priest.
Don't bang him.
Especially knowing the history of Catholic priests. All right, not gonna go into that if you don't know about it.
No, who says that though? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
If you ever ran into the person, are you gonna say, "Don't bang me"?
Literally, you're messed up, bro. Don't
bang
hit
me.
him. Don't bump into him.
Don't bump him.
Unless you didn't say smash. I think that would have been probably worse. Don't smash the
Don't
priest.
smash the priest.
That's crazy.
Don't smash the
She didn't
priest,
say that,
honey.
Wow.
Maddie on Instagram Live said, I mean, it's a good rule number 1.
It is a. You know they're making priests wear QR
she
codes
wasn't wrong.
now.
They
In
what?
France, I saw this tweet the other day. They're making priests wear QR codes.
So you can scan
So
them?
you scan them and see if they've been
No.
sexual assault. Yeah.
Oh my!
Literally,
What?
bro? Yeah. There's like
That is
red, green, and
crazy.
yellow.
First of
codes.
all, why is a priest even a priest?
Yeah, we don't got to go into that, bro. All right.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, that's another podcast. That's a different podcast. That's a Ruslan
This
podcast.
is crazy, bro.
Shout out Ruslan.
This is crazy.
That's a Ruslan video.
Yeah, if Ruslan's ever listening to this, he knows that you very much like him.
Yeah, I love Ruslan, bro. Bring me on the show, bro.
This is
Let's go viral.
actually this is a shout out. Youth Group Chronicles is going to be collabing with Ruslan.
Yeah, you are.
coming up. Depending on when this episode drops, I don't think it would have happened by then, but yes, we will.
That's
You'll
fire.
see it. It's in the works right
in the
now.
works.
We're gonna get together in person and do some recording, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Yep.
This is from Derek. Derek said, my biggest youth ministry fail happened when some high school boys found a BB gun at my house and started a shooting competition. They found a couple boxes of the little firework poppers and proceeded to throw them around at each other and me. It was all fun and games until one kid decided to throw a handful at the back of my neck and then run off. It happened to be my turn to shoot the BB gun, and without thinking,
man.
I turned around and shot this kid in the butt as he ran away.
Absolutely.
I would have did the same.
Mess around and find out. I literally
Like,
would
bro,
have.
don't throw nothing at
BB
my
gun
neck.
though, dude, that is
With the metal bullet?
yeah. That not airsoft.
Oh.
Like this is skin puncturing like BB gun.
I think if you're gonna get shot anywhere with that, get shot in the butt.
That is true.
I know someone who
That
got
would
shot in the
hurt.
cheek.
I had a youth kid that had to get it taken out of his butt cheek.
What, a BB?
Yeah, his dad shot him in the butt.
I also know a girl with a glass eye because she got shot in the eye. With one.
Ooh, that actually sounds bad.
Yeah.
We were just talking about butts, but you didn't have to.
Yeah.
See, where's the eye patch? Did she go, arr?
Oh, she got the glass eye.
Oh, wow. Did she go, arr?
This is from Krista. Krista said, for youth group, we were playing Killer Uno for the first time, and one of our female leaders was reading the rules. She was trying to say, you know how in regular Uno you only play with one deck? But she accidentally said, with one dick.
Oh my. No.
Yes.
You can't use that word.
Yes. Again, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
She
What
knew
was
what she was saying. She knew what she was saying.
There's a chance. I don't
Who
know.
was there? That's the question really asked.
Who was there?
Probably middle
Who
school
was in the
boys.
room?
It was all the youth group kids.
Nah. There was more than the youth.
Which leader was in the room?
What leader was in the
Leaders
room? There was somebody there.
Dude, I remember one time I was like, all right, guys, everyone come to the front. And I meant to say grab a seat and sit.
Oh,
But I
no.
combined it. And I said, everyone take a S word. And in the mic, dude, everyone was like, and I was like, seat, sit. I was like, all right, let's pray. It was so bad. Dude. I was like, we're gonna grab it. And I was like,
The worst thing is when you say
So
a word
bad.
and it sounds like something different, and the youth kids just start blasting you.
No,
like,
but I
Yeah,
literally
and then you
said the
really
word.
didn't say anything at
Yeah.
all. You're like, no, I'm serious. I really didn't
I'm
say
like,
that.
bro, and they're like, oh, now you're lying.
No, but I
I'm not.
literally said the word. I literally said the word.
They're like, yo, bro, you just said this.
We will wrap this episode up here, guys. Shaw and Pastor Micah, thank you so much for joining me in the studio.
Hey.
Find us on TikTok. You can search Youth Group Chronicles, Instagram, YG Chronicles. Thank you for listening to the podcast, everybody. It's a pleasure to have these stories come in week after week. And if you have stories that you want to share, ygchronicles@gmail.com is where you can send them in. And you might just make it on Youth Group Chronicles. So, Shaw, Pastor Micah, thanks a bunch, guys.
Thanks for having us.
No,